5 loaded quickly. And that off. 5 over a mile 6 in the second Group 3, the Curragh Group International Irish St. Leger Trial Stakes, and it is the favourite Grosvenor Square who takes them along early on, followed by A Piece of Heaven and then Z-Band. Absurde last but one, and the back marker is Courageous Strike. Striding on by 2.5 lengths is Grosvenor Square, albeit ridden with more restraint here today, followed by A Piece of Heaven, joined for second by Z-Band, and then Absurde. Fifth of the 5 is Courageous Strike. Is Grosvenor Square now by an increasing 4 lengths under Ryan Moore from A Piece of Heaven. Declan McDonough just showing second from Z-Band, Shamie Heffernan. Fourth is Absurde, and the back marker continues to be Courageous Strike. As they race now towards the final 10 furlongs, and now by over 6 lengths, Grosvenor Square from A Piece of Heaven, Z-Band, a little between them for second and third, and then Absurde and Courageous Strike. Further spaced out, less than 9 furlongs to go, and it's Grosvenor Square now by 8 to 10 lengths from A Piece of Heaven, then Z-Band, Absurde, and a break of 3 lengths to the back marker, who is Courageous Strike. And the single change in the order as they head for the 7 furlong point, marking the halfway stage in the 5-runner Curragh Group International Irish St. Leger Trial. And it's Grosvenor Square, led everywhere bar the line here last time in the Curragh Cup, is maintaining a clear advantage over A Piece of Heaven, Z-Band, Absurde. Very effective in both codes, Absurde, and the back marker, Courageous Strike. Up to the top they go, Grosvenor Square, with a commanding advantage over A Piece of Heaven, nudged along Z-Band and Absurde, and lastly Courageous Strike. Coming down from the top of the course, with half a mile to go from here, Grosvenor Square, Ryan Moore, a long way clear from A Piece of Heaven, Declan McDonough, losing third Z-Band to Absurde, and then Courageous Strike. As they turn into the straight, with 3 furlongs to go, Grosvenor Square, a long, long way clear from Absurde, who picks up the chase, and then A Piece of Heaven, Courageous Strike, leaving behind an eased Z-Band, but passing the 2. Grosvenor Square is not stopping in front. Absurde is just doing best of the rest. Courageous Strike runs on the outside, and on the rail is A Piece of Heaven. Could scrap for the minor money, but it is Grosvenor Square in splendid isolation, well inside the final furlong. It is Grosvenor Square counterbalancing the Curragh Cup in the St. Leger Trial, has romped away with it, making all 3 on the day for Ryan Moore and Aidan O'Brien. A cakewalk for Grosvenor Square, Courageous Strike, big run second, A Piece of Heaven, Absurde, and Z-Band.
Grosvenor Square, Aidan, won in vastly differing fashion to Continuous. Anybody who thought that it might have been a bit of a fluke about him finishing so close to Tower of London last time, I think might be thinking a bit different now. Was that any surprise to you?
No, not really. Alan rides him out every day, does a great job with him. Wayne rides him in his work. Andrew's in charge, and Manatully led him up, and they were all very happy with him. We always felt that he was a horse that wanted to be let bowl, but we didn't want to let him do it early in the year because we felt he was a big horse and he mightn't have been strong enough for him, and we didn't want to empty him, and obviously we had City for the Derby. So we let him float around in Chester, and we knew then, like, give him a little bit more time. And the last day was really the first day that we let him go to see what we thought would suit him doing, and obviously it did. And look, it obviously took Tower of London to come and get him the last day. He was probably even more relaxed today. Ryan said he was very chilled. He was happy to go or sit or do whatever, but he's a big long stride. He's very genuine. He's a great pedigree, and he's very economically built. So he's probably not an easy horse to deal with for other jockeys, because if you don't follow him, he won't come back, and if you do follow him, you have to be sure that you stay very well. So Ryan was very happy with him today, gave him a beautiful ride, and he said he ran through the line today, you know. So it'll depend on what the lads want to do, really. Obviously, the plan, I said, is Kyprios to come here, and listen, he's in the English Ledger against 3-year-olds only, and obviously there's other horses forward, but it's possible that he could go there if the lads decide to do that, you know. So either way, he's going to be a lovely horse into the autumn and for next year, because he's a very big horse, really.
Yeah, the Leger, I suppose, would be a great fit for him. Have you kind of got a pecking order in your mind for that race at the moment, with horses like Jan Bruegel, and obviously we're going to see a couple of others at your...
Yeah, exactly, and it's going to, obviously, Um, Los Angeles is there as well. Illinois is there. So it depends on where the lads want to split them up. They're in the Voltigeur during the week. Obviously, Jan Brugal will go straight to the Ledger because he's had his trial in Goodwood. So there's some lovely horses there, and I suppose it'll depend on what way the lads want to split them up really, and whether Los Angeles goes to the Ledger or whether he goes to the Champion Stakes, or and then just talking to Ryan about all the different options, and then he'd have to decide what he'd ride or whatever. But it's a good problems to have, really.
As well, problems, exactly. And coming back to Grosvenor Square, is he a horse you think could stick around next year and maybe be even better as a foil?
Oh, I'd say no doubt he'll be better. Yeah, he's big, a very big frame. He has to be a big weak horse still. There's no doubt he'll be a lot better next year. And big frame, very genuine, loves doing what he's doing. He's didn't have a hard time early, and see him every day there with Alan. A lot of people work with him. Everyone knows who they are and help him to mature and get through all the little things as he's going along. But he's a very exciting horse, really, at the moment, Gary.
So it's been an excellent day's work today. I know you're off to Deauville tomorrow to see Whistle Jacket, who's turning out quickly after his run last week. How confident are you that we'll see him run up to scratch tomorrow?
We think we were very happy with him so far. Everything seems well with him. The plan even before we decided to go during the week was that he might do the 2. The last day was what it is. He ran a very good race. They went very fast. Ryan was very happy with the horse after the race. Obviously, the filly is a good filly, and he seems well. Obviously, he'll have to run, but his canters have been getting stronger all week, and he seems very well. So, looking forward to seeing him run now. He's a big, uncomplicated, strong horse. So, no, it would be interesting, and like I said, looking forward to seeing him run.
All to play for. Aidan, thanks very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, Gary. Thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.